Hi, and welcome to Not Just Talk Therapy Podcast. We are your hosts.
This is Leslie, a holistic psychotherapist.
And I'm Brittany. I'm the girl next door.
Talk therapy is great, but we believe it's not enough. We examine the body, mind, and soul and challenge you to think differently, see things in a holistic way to approach and resolve life's challenges.
Join us for a fun and meaningful conversation and learn tips and insights on how to approach life's complex issues. We are so excited for you to tune in.
This is our first episode, our introductory to Not Just Talk Therapy podcast, and we are so excited to have you guys join us.
Yay!
So, hi, I'm Leslie. I'm the holistic psychotherapist. I'm also a world traveler and a yogi. And on our podcast, you will get to know me as the expert and the informer.
And hi, I'm Brittany. I'm a mom of two. I'm a mental health and wellness advocate, and I'm a fitness instructor. And on this podcast, you will get to know me as the girl next door and the influencer.
So today, we're going to tell you guys why we created this podcast, what you will hear, and what you will take away.
Our podcast is for anyone who's feeling stuck and facing complex life issues. Additionally, for anyone wanting to improve certain areas of their life. We will dive into a slew of different topics, including mental health, emotional intelligence, lifestyle, fitness, diet, nutrition, and mindfulness. Leslie will deliver the science and therapeutic knowledge as the expert, and I, of course, as the girl next door, will deliver my candid feedback and ideas.
That's right, Brittany. So we came up with the idea of this podcast, Not Just Talk Therapy, from our experiences, and we both realized that there's more moving parts to resolve life's complex issues. And what I mean by this is, from my experience as a therapist working with clients, I felt like I could go deeper into helping them. So I, in the past 5-6 years, studied nutrition, studied neuroscience deeper. I went deeper to that. I studied epigenetics. I studied more areas and how it relates to the body and how the body deals with trauma or deals with life complex like stress issues and how it affects us. And I came up with a holistic approach, which we dive into in our podcast. And what I mean by that is I look at the mind, body, and soul. So when a client comes in to see me, they talk about their issues, their emotions or feeling, what's going on in their life, the conflicts they're having, and I dive into, I want to know in their relationships, what's their lifestyle like. I want to know into the energy that's in their body. Are they moving their energy through fitness, through working out, through exercise routine? Then I dive into what they eat, diet and nutrition. This is huge, 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 because what you eat affects how you feel in so many ways, and that's something that we don't really think about in a sense of our mental health. And I also dive into meditation and mindfulness and how does the client sit in stillness with their inner thoughts and just sit in silence and peace. And all of this links to the body, mind, and soul, links into why this is not just talk therapy, because it dives into spirituality, it dives into nutrition, dives into your exercise routine, dives into your relationships. So this is something that we believe that if you look at all of these areas in your life, it can definitely help you to get to the root cause and to help solve these complex issues that we are all dealing with that just linger around with us on a day-to-day basis.
That's what's so cool about this, Leslie, is it really dives into so many different topics that people can relate to.
Yeah, and to quote Brittany, actually, she believes finding true happiness and fulfilling your true purpose is living a meaningful life. And I also believe when you master your emotions and master your mind, then you become masters of your life. So next, Brittany, let's tell them how we met.
Okay, Leslie, so how we met. So let's see, was it 2 years ago or a year ago?
I think last summer.
Okay, last summer. I was teaching a Pilates, it's kind of like a Pilates reformer class in downtown Boston, and Leslie was a client that came into the studio. And I guess the time hours that I was teaching, or just because I was an awesome instructor, you kept on coming back. And soon enough, I think we had started talking in class and got, a little personal, and you said we should like connect.
Yeah.
And so we did. And yeah, that's kind of, I mean,
That's the
that's
basis
the
of it.
basis of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. So I just moved to Boston maybe like so 2 years ago, and we can even talk about this on the podcast. So basically, it's really hard to make friends when you get older.
Oh my
So
gosh,
like
it is.
it's so
After
difficult.
school, it's
It's
like
like
once you're out of school,
so
it's
difficult to
really
make
hard.
friends.
Yeah.
So I met Brittany. She was teaching one of the classes, and she was really nice and took her time to show me how to do the moves. I was new to the type of workout, and I felt this connection with her. I felt her energy, and we can also talk about people's energy on a future podcast. But so I felt her energy, and it was really positive energy. And this is really silly, but I was like, one day after class, I was like, I don't really know anybody. I just told her I don't know anybody, and um, it's hard to make friends. Like, how did you make friends when you moved to Boston? And she engaged with me, and we exchanged phone numbers. And it's kind of silly, like a first date kind of thing. I feel like making friends is kind of like a first date, right?
It is. Yeah, so I had moved to Boston, what, 7 years ago. So I had, it took time, but yeah, we connected in the class.
Yeah, and there's other things we realized we had some things in common back from talking that too. So anyway, so we became friends that way, and I think it was we had a double date with our husbands and with our partners, and from there we just started connecting, and then the COVID-19 happened, and we just started, I guess we just quickly just started bonding and just started talking that way, just talking on the phone, doing Zoom calls, and eventually.
And aside from this, we had both started our separate companies. And with the company that I had, we joined together and did a class series, and so we just continued to talk and got connected even on a deeper level, I think. And through one of those conversations is where we started the idea of Not Just Talk Therapy, because we were talking about just everything going on with COVID and how you handle situations and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We were on the phone one day actually, and Brittany and I were brainstorming how to do one of our Zoom classes that we offered, and it was funny. We were just talking on the phone, and I think I remember Brittany saying, we should do a podcast. And I was like, yeah, this conversation should totally be a podcast. And then through those discussions, we actually, sat down and mapped it out together and came up with the idea of this podcast.
Yeah, so based on that conversation and just through our, friendship, our growing friendship, I thought it would be such a cool dynamic between the two of us. And I think that you are so powerful because there's not many people who do what you do. I think that your holistic approach really offers people a well-rounded, not just talk therapy, but such a well-rounded approach that you can really improve people's lives. So I think that you have such a unique and just an awesome message to share with people. And then just on a personal level, when we were talking through our friendship and through the other partnership outside of Not Just Talk Therapy podcast, you had you were so grounded, and you had such good energy, and you were so kind and so intelligent that I just thought that you would be a powerhouse of a partner.
Thank you, Brittany. It's awesome to hear too. And I have to say the same for Brittany too. She is amazing, and through working with her through our classes, her energy and her influence and how she can affect others was so powerful too. And I thought our combination would be I could say a powerhouse too, but we'd be able to both influence in different ways and help to make a change in the world. And getting to know her, I realized, and we can share this later too, but Brittany and I we have different but similar backgrounds and experiences, which we'll share in a future episode too. But through our background, our, I guess, adversities we've both experienced, it kind of, I would say that it humbled Brittany, and it's kind of grounded her too, in a sense where she is relatable, but she really cares, and she cares about her friends, she cares about people. It's not just a person that's like, you meet somebody and they're all about themselves. She's all about wanting to help others too. And that's super important, because we here in the podcast, like as me, the therapist, I definitely want to help my clients and help people, but Brittany, she definitely wants to help people too. And I feel like that's the energy that she brings, and I'm so glad to have her as a partner here in doing this too. I feel like you guys as the audience will definitely get that from us together as a duo. But with that said, I want to explain our roles a little more. So basically, I want to say this: I'm the therapist. I'm here bringing the science, the research. I can give you examples from my clients, so you have some information and some data to understand, like real life cases of what I've experienced and how to help. I've helped clients from my holistic approach too. And like, for example, one of the classes that Brittany and I do right now is to deal with COVID-19 and the anxiety that everyone's experiencing. And through this class there, we're helping people with actual tips, quick, easy tips on how we can help people reduce their anxiety, such as like their breathing techniques or staying present. But something else that the importance of having Brittany here is, while I'm a therapist and I'm able to speak on a very theoretical approach and tell you the science, sometimes it gets lost in translation. So sometimes I would say you can hear an expert, and when you hear an expert sometimes it sounds great and all, but you may not be able to apply it and have it be applicable to your life. You'll be, okay, that's great. That information sounds great, but is it really doable? Well, this is where Brittany comes in, because Brittany is she's real life. She's experiencing all of this. She's here to show you that while she's seeking, to make improvements and to fix, issues that she has in her life, she's actually showing real life proof that these things are attainable. And looking at all parts of your body, mind, and soul is attainable and helping to improve your life. Right, Brittany?
Yeah, exactly. So I think you nailed it. We complement each other. You have the science, the knowledge, the research, the background of how to really help people improve their lives on a wide range of topics. And I am the girl next door. So I'm the influencer in a way where I can bring all of that knowledge and kind of break it down for the everyday person. Based on my life experiences, as Leslie talked about earlier, I've faced a lot of adversity in my life, and I have done a ton of personal work through research, through books, through podcasts, through talk therapy. And I feel that I consume all the information and I apply it in my life. So I am walking proof of the ability to get unstuck and to live your best life. And one of my goals, and Leslie aligns with this, is really to motivate people and to help them live a meaningful and purposeful life.
So we want to hear from you guys, the audience. While Brittany and I have a list of topics we're definitely going to share on our podcast, we want to hear from you, the topics you want to hear on our podcast. You can email us any questions you may have, or email us the topics you want to hear at info@notjusttalktherapypodcast.com. Again, that's info@notjusttalktherapypodcast.com. Or DM us on our Instagram account at mastering.your.mind. Again, that's mastering.your.mind.
Thank you for listening to today's show. If you love what you heard, please subscribe, write us a 5-star review on iTunes, and follow us on Instagram at mastering.your.mind.
You can find more information from the show on our show notes on our website, notjusttalktherapypodcast.com, all spelled out. And if you're interested in working with us one-on-one, our contact info is also on our website.
Thank you again, and see you on next week's episode.